So hey guys, welcome back. So in this lecture I am going to discuss about the methods by which we can write the XPath in the Selenium, or you can see what are the techniques to write the XPath locator in the Selenium, and what are the types and the ways by which we can write the locator in the Selenium. So the first technique we can use for the writing the relative XPath. Okay, so these are for the relative XPath, not with the absolute XPath. So the first is the XPath with single attribute that we have already seen how we can write the relative XPath with the single attribute. Second one is the XPath with the multiple attributes. We can use the two attribute or the three attribute and all these attributes by using the OR and the AND operator. Third one is the XPath with the text functions. So how we can write the relative XPath using the text function, we will see in the upcoming lectures one by one. Next technique is the XPath with the contains function with the attribute. So XPath, relative XPath with the contains function, and in the contains functions we can use the attribute. Next is the relative XPath with the contains function but with the text function. So with the contains function you can use the attribute as well as the text function. Then XPath with the group indexing. So when we have the multiple web elements after writing the valid XPath, then we should go with the group indexing, and how this group indexing will work we will see in the upcoming lectures. XPath with the following siblings. So these called the XPath axis. So following siblings. So when we have the multiple web element and these web elements are having only the same parent, so we can write for the child elements using the following sibling concept. And then next one is the relative XPath with the preceding siblings. It is also the same when we have the same parent or we have the two child nodes element. Then we can write the XPath using the preceding element. Next is the XPath with the starts with method and the ends with. We can also use the starts with and the ends with. Then next one, the dynamic XPath with these techniques. This is very important, which I'm going to show how you can use these techniques. Basically, this is used to handle the web table on the web pages. There are the different type of the web pages, and you want to handle the such type of the web tables that we call as the dynamic web table. In such cases, we can always use the dynamic XPath with this bracket techniques. The next is the independent and the dependent XPath. If there are the two web elements and both are dependent or independent. Suppose there are the one checkbox is for the male and one checkbox for the female. Now the checkbox depend on the gender. So if I want to select the male, I need to select the male checkbox. So checkbox is the dependent and male is the independent. The gender is the independent. We will see in depth one by one. Now first understand XPath with a single attribute. Consider the ID, class, name, tag name to derive the XPath locator. We already know the ID, class name and the tag name are directly present on the web browser, and by using these ones we derived the XPath locators. We need to made because the XPath locator are not directly present on the web browser. Here is the example, and we have already understood what is the relative XPath. It always starts with / input in the bracket @class, and you need to provide the value of the attribute / input @name q @class, and you can also provide the ID. So you can provide the available attributes here to derive the relative XPath. Now the XPath with the multiple attributes. So when we have, if we want to club these two attributes, how you can write with that. So we can use the and the or operators. So double slash input and class this one. So we understood these are the relative XPath with the single attributes. Okay, these are with the single attributes. Now if I want to write the XPath with the multiple attributes, how I can write with the same web element. I'm taking the same web element. So first you need to enter the double slash, then your tag name, then your bracket. In the bracket you enter the @ and now here we have the name email. Okay, first I will copy and paste it here. This is the single attribute with the XPath locator. So if I copy and if I paste in the Facebook page, it will locate this web element. Okay, this is the single attribute, so you always use the single attribute after the @ name. Now if you want to club with the multiple attributes, so suppose I want to include this one also, so what I will do, I will copy and I will put the and or operator. So I will put and then I will put the here. So now this called the multiple attribute technique. So let's see it is working or not. I'm just copy and now here you can see the double slash input @ name, email and ID. If I put with the multiple attributes, I am getting the 0 of the 0 matching. Okay, the intention is if you want to use the multiple attributes with the single @ symbol, it will not work. Okay, so what you need to do, you need to provide the after the and operator here @ symbol. Okay, because this is also a attribute and this is also a different attribute, so you need to indicate with the @ the @ will tell the driver this is the attribute and this is the value of the attribute. If I go to the Facebook and if I put @ you can see this is going to match. This is matching this element and it is highlighting this element and this is the one of the one matching. Okay, so like that you can use the multiple attribute in the XPath. You can also use the other attribute also. This is the one of the example. Now let me type double slash input in the bracket @ symbol. So what I will do, let's take this one placeholder, just copy as it is, and now you want to club, so you can use the and operator and then you can use this one. This is the one more attribute, so you can use this one. Now copy and let's check in the browser if this is working or not. Okay, you can see this is not working because here we need to provide the @ symbol. Now you can see that this is the one of one matching. So now let me do some R&D. So if I okay, so let me Control Z. Okay, this is the small ones. Now here if I not giving the space, you can see still it is the one of the one matching. So you can give the space or you cannot give the space, it will work for in the all conditions. Now if I don't give this space, okay, will it work? Yes, it is working. So you can give the space and you cannot give the space. Okay, so in both conditions it will work. You can give the n number of the space here, it doesn't matter. This is not the space sensitivity. Okay, and if I want to check the case sensitivity, okay, you can see this is the case sensitive, so it will not understand in the uppercase letter. So here it will give the 0 of the 0 matching, so your XPath is failed. Okay, so what you need to do, you need to provide in the small case letter only the operator. Now let's understand with the OR operator. So I just type OR, still it is giving me the one of the one matching. So you can go with the OR operator also. Okay, or means either this one is matching in this web element, it is going to locate this web element, or if this is going to present in this web element, this is going to locate this web element. This is the meaning of this OR operator, and this is also the case sensitive. Okay, so you need to provide in the small case letters. Now if I put the AND operator, that means this and this should both present. If one of them is not present in this web element, your XPath will fail. So the meaning of this one, when I use the AND operator, okay, so the left one should be the true, and if the right one will be the true, then the final answer is the true. Okay, so